Hi you guys, welcome back. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and in this video, we are going to discuss sleep paralysis. And it's a spooky experience indeed. So stay tuned. Sleep paralysis is a spooky experience that happens when you're kind of in that stage between wakefulness and sleeping. And during sleep paralysis, the person who is experiencing it can be fully awake and aware, yet unable to move their entire body, or even just limbs or particular parts of their body. And this is a very scary experience because while you can't seem to move, you're also conscious and knowing that you should be able to move. And so this causes fear and panic to arise at the time of the experience of sleep paralysis. I have never personally experienced sleep paralysis, but my brother-in-law has, and it happened over 10 years ago. It was probably closer to 15 years ago. And at the time, he actually lived with my husband and I in the basement of our home. And I remember him telling us about this experience that he had all those years ago, because it was actually a really creepy experience, and one that he believed had a more scientific explanation, but yet it was one that I believed had more of a paranormal or, otherworldly explanation to it. So I want to explore his story, and I want to find out, what do you guys think about sleep paralysis? Has that ever happened to you? And if so, could you let us know about that down in the comments down below and share your experience? And just to make sure that I got his story right, I actually asked my brother-in-law, Brent, to send me his best recollection of the experience by text message so that I could read from his own words the experience that he had for you guys. He said, "From what I remember, I was lying face down on my stomach. It's like I was awake, but it felt like a dream. At first, I just felt something at my feet, like it was at the end of the bed. Then, could feel my bed sinking from the weight of whatever it was as it crawled up slowly. Then it was up to my back and lying and breathing on me. At that point, if I remember, I'm pretty sure I opened my eyes at some point and was definitely awake. I couldn't move, and I could feel everything. I couldn't even turn my head. My arms were froze and just laid there paralyzed in fear. I could even feel whatever it was breathing on the back of my neck. Then poof, just like that, it was gone. I remember waking up or being able to move and began to Google it. One of the first things I Googled was something about not believing in ghosts, but explained what happened and read about sleep paralysis. And it's true, when he Googled the experience, there was a perfectly scientific explanation for this phenomenon that took place. On WebMD.com about sleep paralysis, it states, during sleep, your body alternates between REM, or rapid eye movement, and NREM, which is non-rapid eye movement sleep. One cycle of REM and non-REM sleep lasts about 90 minutes. Non-REM sleep occurs first and takes up to 75% of your overall sleep time. During non-REM sleep, your body relaxes and restores itself. At the end of non-REM, your sleep shifts to REM. Your eyes move quickly and dreams occur, but the rest of your body remains very relaxed. Your muscles are turned off during REM sleep. If you become aware before the REM cycle has finished, you may notice that you cannot move or speak. WebMD also states up to as many as 4 out of every 10 people may have sleep paralysis. This common condition is often first noticed in the teen years, but men and women of any age can have it. Sleep paralysis may run in families. Other factors that may be linked to sleep paralysis include lack of sleep, sleep schedule that changes, mental conditions such as stress or bipolar disorder, sleeping on the back, other sleep problems such as narcolepsy or nighttime leg cramps, use of certain medications such as those for ADHD, and substance abuse. And WebMD also states that if you do have sleep paralysis, there are some things that you can do. It says there's no need to fear nighttime demons or alien abductors. If you have occasional sleep paralysis, you can take steps at home to control this disorder. Start by making sure you get enough sleep. Do what you can to relieve stress in your life, especially just before bedtime. Try new sleeping positions if you sleep on your back, and be sure to see your doctor if sleep paralysis routinely prevents you from getting a good night's sleep. And according to the Mayo Clinic and other sources, sleep paralysis is a very common occurrence, and more than 3 million United States cases happen each year. And it says here it's usually self-treatable, usually self-diagnosable, and there's no need to do any lab tests if you experience sleep paralysis. But I still had questions, and honestly, with my experience in metaphysical and paranormal, I was under the impression that it is possible that Brent was experiencing an interdimensional being, most likely from the lower astral level. And that's because he was in that stage between sleeping and wakefulness, not quite sure if he was even awake at first. And by the time he was fully conscious, his attention was already on this lower astral being that he was experiencing. Lower astral beings aren't all bad or negative either. What that means is that this is kind of like an interdimensional being, like I stated, but it is almost as though it was feeding off of Brent's fear. This is the mind triangle diagram that I learned while I was a student at the School of Metaphysics all of those years ago. And I've shared this diagram with you guys before. If you've been a viewer of this channel for a while, you may recognize it. We have here the bottom of the triangle representing your conscious mind. That middle section represents your subconscious mind, and the upper section represents your superconscious mind. And above that, you see I am, which kind of represents you as an individual spark of light. And then you see light above that, all capital letters, representing God, source, or universal mind. Your conscious mind is representing when your attention is focused on your waking present life. So you are existing primarily in your conscious mind, at least consciously. So when you look at the subconscious mind, that part of this diagram, that part of mind is representing your soul. This is representing the place that you go when you're sleeping and where your attention goes also between lifetimes. And you have superconscious mind representing spirit and the deepest part of yourself. And so with this mind triangle, we can also divide your subconscious and superconscious mind into different levels. And here you see the subconscious mind can be divided into 4 separate sub-levels of mind. And those sub-levels are the emotional level, the lower astral level, the higher astral level, and the mental level, as you can see listed here in the diagram. And when you are sleeping, again, your attention is moving into subconscious mind. So that is where you are actually existing while you sleep. So scientifically speaking, when you're in the REM sleep and dreaming, your attention is now in subconscious mind. And there are, different dimensions also for each level of mind. So when we are in our conscious waking life, we are using our conscious mind and we are seeing the physical level, the physical dimension. Okay. And then as we go inward, we can reach different dimensions. And each dimension may have its own beings. And it is quite possible that sleep paralysis is an experience where you are actually interacting with a lower astral being. So the lower astral being is basically a being from another dimension that you would experience as a possible character in a dream. But since this is a true different dimension as well as level of mind, it is possible that this lower astral being does exist, at least on some level, maybe not on the physical conscious level. And I don't want anyone out there to be afraid, because just because you experience another being from another dimension doesn't necessarily mean that that being is possessing you or attached to you in some way. It just means that for a passing moment, they used you in their own pursuit of life force. They simply wanted your fear. As a Libra, I also see both sides of this, and I can understand that maybe some people's experience can be explained by the sleep paralysis, but maybe some of the other people's experience could actually be explained by lower astral beings. You never know. I am interested to find out what you guys think. I would love to read your comments regarding sleep paralysis. What do you think is really going on during these moments where people can't move while they seem to believe that they are fully conscious and awake while it's happening? Well, that about wraps it up for this video. So if you like this video, be sure to click that like button and share this video with all of your friends out there. And of course, if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can then click the notifications bell so that you can be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And that is a free way that you can support this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.